Well, hey guys, we're running a bit late, but we did manage to get the skid rims off the parts car. The Fast E90, oh really, is loaded up. Dave, are you ready to go meet Dan?
We're on the way. We're going to go to Simply Tuning and find out some more info,
Learn a bit more about it, and hopefully learn how to drive the bloody thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and he said wind it up.
and wind it up, make it faster, because
I don't know what that means.
clearly it needed to go faster from that video you saw the other day.
All right, guys, we're gonna hop in. It's a 50-minute drive down to Brendale. We'll see you when we get there. All right, guys, we're in. We've had a good chat to Dan. It's the first time I met him. He's on camera. He's a natural on camera. And I think you're enjoying having a close look at your car again.
Yeah, I am a little bit. It's nice seeing it again.
Dan has told us a bit of the full story, which we'll probably go over again instead of making him say it all again, but he's just put it up in the air. What are you seeing?
All looks exactly how it was. A little bit old, a little bit beat up, but everything works.
It does.
Making sure everything's still tight before we go kill ourselves in it.
How many different exhausts have you had on this?
Basically just the one, except for the rear section. So the original, this really dank looking piece was a freebie from the boys down at Spot On when I first built the car.
So that was in 16?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yep.
And then I changed to a single rear diffuser probably a year ago.
Yep.
Because it did have twin rear mufflers, twin 3.5-inch exhaust out the back. And I wanted to lose, you know, sort of 6 or 7 kilos in exhaust. So I went to the single rear diffuser and then got Leeson Engineering to remake this back section. So
that's why it looks really nice.
It's nice and new and fresh, where the rest of it's a little bit old, but
it's tucked up well. Like, it doesn't hang low for such a big single system.
It's designed to sort of sit up. It sort of touches the diff and the floor and all the heat shields, but it's big, so to fit it in the hole, it's got to be touching everything. It's still good. This still leaks, which is nice.
Now you said the trans temp gauge that's in there. That's not. What you put in?
No, I had a genuine Defi gauge in there from like Japanese gauge company Defi.
Yep.
And the one in it now looks a little bit Chinese, but
is it feeding off that temp sensor?
Yeah, so that's
the Defi one.
Well, that's the new one now, but that's where the Defi sensor was. Just so we get pan temp, which isn't a huge issue anymore. It was when it had one trans cooler, but
she's pretty safe now.
Yeah, now that it's got two, it doesn't sort of see over 77, 85 degrees, even when you're racing it. So it's good with two coolers. With one cooler, it was hitting like 110, 120 instantly.
Something that a couple of commenters have asked, with the Power Glide, what's it like on the highway?
Fine.
It is fine.
It sits at like, it definitely revs more than a stock car with 6 or 7 gears, but it sits at 2,900 at 100 kilometers an hour.
Still not terrible.
Yeah, you know, it's drivable.
It doesn't get hot?
No. I daily drove it, so, you know, it's a little bit annoying to daily drive because the exhaust is big and it's a little bit drony and vibratey, but, you know, it's 100% streetable. It just drives like a normal car. You just got to be mindful. You got 2 gears instead of 6.
Yep.
And that's it. Like it doesn't do anything weird. It's not difficult to be around. It's a good car.
It's a true street car.
Yeah, look, I regret not doing the sump gasket before I put the engine in now, because it's a little bit leaky for you, but it is what it is.
I've only done 3 of them now, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Make sure everything's still tight, because I haven't seen under it in a little while. because everything's solid mounted, we used to go over it basically every time we were going to drive it fast because it'll sometimes rattle shit loose. It's a little bit vibraty, especially like idle and driving, but it's solid. It's fine. Unfortunately, you can't have a race car that's comfortable. You either have a race car or a comfortable car.
Yep.
This is the closest to the in-between that I could build. Water pump's still not leaking, which is nice. But a little bit of maintenance doesn't go astray every now and then. Good way to stay alive.
Guys, Dan's just gone, he's actually doing some work on an Navara. He does all sorts of tuning here, but in the car park, we've got Connor.
Hey guys, how you going?
With his very special looking, it's an M4 CS, isn't it?
M4 CS.
And it's not stock.
No, not.
What have you done to it?
So it's basically full bolt-on, so it's got a full turbo back, a Kropovic exhaust system.
Yep.
It's got a CSF intercooler, as you can see there. It's got an MSR intake and charge pipes. You've got the little Mosselman low temp oil thermostat. It's also got full KW Club Sport 3-way coilovers, Brembo GT big brake kit. It's got BBS FIR wheels.
Dude, their wheels look amazing. You've done this properly.
Yes.
This is not a 0 to 60 style build. This is fucking sick. How long have you had the car?
About a year and about a week. So
A year and a week. So you've had it for a little while. And what did you have before this?
I had a normal M4, so I upgraded to the CS.
Yeah.
So it was just what they call a Civic M4, just non-compact, normal M4. And
Did you find, before you started modding this, was there much of a difference between the CS and the standard one?
it was very hard to tell because my old one had all of these parts on it, and it was making over 500 wheel horsepower. Again, in this one, it was making 400 wheel horsepower. It kind of felt a bit dull.
Yep.
Being them both modded now, they've just refined the software a hell of a lot more. In this one, everything's just a little bit nicer. It takes off from the lights a little bit nicer, pulls up a little bit nicer, it creeps forward. They're just really smoothened out the software, everything through the whole car.
Dude, it is a amazing looking car. I really, really dig it. As soon as we actually arrived here today, me and Dave just got both gravitated towards this thing. It looks amazing. Those wheels, they look really cheap. Don't even say it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
They didn't cost me very much money.
You stole them?
Yeah, I wish. So they retail for roughly about $14,000.
Yep.
The FIRs. I bought them second hand. The guy had them up for $8,000, and I traded my stock CS wheels.
Yeah.
He gave me $5,000 trade-in for that. So they cost me $3,000.
Oh, dude, what a score. They are such a sexy wheel. I love them. Do you want to have a quick look inside?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, custom cluster. It's like a different colour to a normal M3, isn't it?
No, that's all
It's
normal.
still the blue?
Yeah, so it's got the GDS door cards. So CS comes with GDS door cards. It gets the GDS bonnet, and it also gets the GDS tail lights.
That is a lovely car.
Thank you.
Guys, I think you should all jump in the comments and tell Connor to let us do a proper episode on this.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm supposed to agree, they've got a comment.
Oh, okay. No, don't do it. I'm not going to do it for you.
Now, we met Connor today, he's a lovely dude, and my God, he's got some good taste in modding. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
So, Dave, we've been here for all day.
3 days, I think it is.
The boys are just working on, they're going to change the way the boost control is set up at the moment. Got a filter on there. We're going to have a look at that in a second, but I wanted to have a quick look at Dan's new car. So this is what he's replaced the world's fastest M54 with, and it's becoming his perfect M54 for street driving. That was a street car, that's what he dailied, but this is the new daily. It's getting a bit special. So he's done some cool things as well. He did just explain what the turbo was, but I've already forgot it. But it's got a custom single right-hand drive turbo running the second version of the PRP coils. You may notice the high-pressure fuel injection is disconnected.
They're not there, but this car runs at the moment without them, which means it is here friendly.
I think I managed to get it on camera. It did start it up before.
Yeah, designed to be a good street car.
Yep. It's a nice shell. Well, it's tidy. Yeah, it's full port injection only, running off a Haltech, and if you're in the know, it's got a HTG gearbox controller because
It's not a manual. It's not an SMG.
it looks like a sequential, but it's actually a 7-speed DCT. So this is a genuine mint E46 M3, like a properly good car with an M54
Big single turbo M54
and a 7-speed DCT.
that will drive like you've got a sequential gearbox, but also very smooth and comfortable.
That's what
he's on the street.
That's what he's going for. So he's going for smooth, big power. Still wants it to feel like a race car a bit when he wants to get on it with the shifter. That is just an electronic shifter, but it looks and feels like a proper sequential shifter. Or he can run it in auto mode.
Fucking awesome. Very cool.
Looking forward to seeing when this is finished. They've been doing some testing today with the gearbox controller. I don't think it's actually moved yet under its own power, but it does run.
And whilst we're looking at his other toys that have been keeping him busy, there is a very tasty F80 M3 there.
Yeah, Dan has just developed what I think is the world's first single turbo right-hand drive
F80.
F80. It is a customer's car, but he's good mates with the dude that he's building it for, and it sounds friggin' amazing. I'm hoping he's going to take us for a drive, but I don't even want to say too much about this car.
Okay. Okay, it's a serious bit of kit, just know that.
Yes. Then we got another really fast car. Dude, there's some cool shit here.
Yeah.
This is Saturday. They're not even supposed to be working today.
And there is more happening here on a Saturday than a lot of mechanical shops I've been to during the week.
Yeah. It's friggin' awesome. All right. Let's go and see how they're going at the front of the car. All right, guys, so the day is going on. We've just got the car on the dyno. It's been idling, and Dan is about to do some power runs, but in typical YouTube fashion, we're going to save that for tomorrow, because this is going to be quite a long video.
It's been a long day, but before we do end this video completely, comment below what you think this car is going to run on its current tune,
Yes.
which is 27 PSI,
Yep,
and then
when it's wound up.
when it's wound up again.
Also, Dan said it's running 11 degrees of timing at the moment, and normally he'll run it at about 15 degrees of timing. So depending on what numbers it makes with the boost wound up, we'll work out whether we're going to run it again, but could potentially be 15 degrees of timing. We'll see what happens, which is going to be mega. It felt fast the other day.
Felt fast enough, anyway.
So, yeah, we'll just see what happens. Guys, look, thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Wish us luck.
See you
Maybe.
then.
Hopefully it doesn't blow up. It is an M54.